Hey YouTube, this is a real quick video to share some of my thoughts and opinions about the Cambridge Edge NQ, comparing that to a Name N272, which is now a discontinued device for Name. But anyways, what I'll say right off the bat is that the Cambridge is a really impressive device. Build quality is off the charts, really well engineered device, even down to the remote. So remote is super hefty. All the controls are right here at my fingertips. You got forward and reverse, you got play, pause, volume up and down, change your inputs, you can set presets. Just a really, really impressive package that Cambridge has put together. And one of the concerns that I had when I was purchasing, trying to decide whether or not to get the Cambridge, was, are the preamp inputs, so the analog inputs, are they processed in any way through the internal DAC within the Cambridge? And so I reached out to Cambridge. They had to check with their engineering department, and they came back and confirmed after a few days that no, that wasn't the case, that the preamp section is fully analog. The digital section is when the DAC is engaged. And I can confirm through my own experience now that that is the case. They've done a good job of creating a really comprehensive digital package, but also honoring sort of that analog heritage. So really impressed in that regard. And with regard to the digital portion of the device, it's very neutral sounding to my ear. So if you have certain analog devices that you like those devices because of their character and how they sound, those shouldn't be really damaged in any way by running them through the Cambridge. And then when it comes to the digital side of the Cambridge, the DAC in there is very capable. It's a very pleasant sounding device. Like I said, it's relatively neutral in my opinion, but it is, kind of smooth sounding to my ear. It's you still get a great amount of detail, but it's never fatiguing or irritating to my ears, as some Sabre-based devices have tended to be in my past experience. But just overall, really, really impressed with the build quality of the Cambridge. Rune works great on it. Tidal Connect works great. Spotify Connect works great. And all those sources sound really good out of the Cambridge. So what are my problems with it? Well, one really big problem for me with the Cambridge is that while it has a HDMI input, for me at least, in a couple different setups, I've run it here at home. I ran it on a Sony OLED, and I also ran it on a LG OLED. I cannot get the device to auto switch to the TV input or the HDMI input when the TV is turned on. And that to me is kind of a deal breaker, at least for 2 rooms in my house where my family needs to be able to use it and have it be very user friendly. Doesn't do that for me, and neither does, I also have a Cambridge Evo 150, which seems to have kind of a similar streaming and DAC platform. I think they're probably pretty similar in that regard. All the streaming capabilities, all that works great. It will auto switch to streaming, but it won't auto switch to HDMI, at least for me. So in 2 of my main rooms of my house, I can't use it there for that purpose. But here in my main listening room, I did run it here for a while, and again, sounds really, really good, but other things that I have sound better. And so in this example, the Name, to my ears, sounds better than the Cambridge. I just get more listening enjoyment, in this room. So KEF reference 3s, some REL S510s, and a Arcam PA, I think it's called a PA240. To me, the Name sounds better than the Cambridge, but your mileage may vary in your setup with your other equipment. What else do I want to say about the Cambridge? So, like I said, the Rune works great, Spotify works great, Tidal works great, which are huge check boxes for me. Sound quality is excellent, but for music listening, it doesn't move me emotionally quite as much as some of my other devices. And then in other rooms in my house where sound quality isn't the highest priority. It's a very high priority, but not the highest. The convenience becomes the higher priority. It doesn't check that box in the other rooms. So for those two reasons, unfortunately, I'm going to be sending it back, which makes me sad because again, it's a beautiful device, but it's just not it's not doing it for me completely. So that was pretty much all I wanted to share. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments section. I'll do my best to answer. Thanks so much.